The word doula comes from the ancient Greek meaning a woman who serves. The modern doula is a trained, non-medical professional who provides continuous physical, emotional, and informational support to mothers at all stages of the birthing process. The role of the doula can be conceptualized by the idea of the circle of support in labor. This idea recognizes a woman's need for human companionship and support in labor. The doula provides for this need by helping to make and shape a social support system, bringing in the love and support of family and friends, and her own knowledge and skills acquired as a doula to help create a safe environment for the laboring mother. The doula ensures that the birthing process is a positive experience for all involved. The concepts of the doula and a circle of support in labor are not new. Depictions of laboring women surrounded by women assistants and friends can be found in art from ancient India to medieval Europe. Across all cultures, social support during labor has been traditionally recognized as a fundamental aspect of the birthing process. Childbirth has almost always been seen as a key life experience.
What a wonderful moment. A new baby came into the world.
Over the past 5 decades, however, there has been a rapid transition from home births to hospital births, which has weakened the circle of support and distorted the birthing experience. The rise of biomedicine has assaulted the process of childbirth with its language of pain.
I don't want no baby, Earl!
And its paradigm of body as machine. The medical gaze has claimed childbirth as its territory, whereas Mary Stuart claims the woman's body becomes an object that is managed and acted upon. Here, a woman is being prepped for a cesarean section, a surgical procedure in which incisions are made through the mother's abdomen and uterus in order to extract the baby. C-sections, as well as the administration of epidurals and the synthetic hormone Pitocin to induce birth, have become routine procedure. The rate of C-section in the U.S. has been rapidly increasing over the past decade. Currently, over 30% of pregnant women in the U.S. will undergo C-section, well above the 10% rate that the WHO has deemed optimal. Childbirth Connection cites various reasons for this rapid rise, including the low priority given to enhancing women's own abilities to give births, side effects of common labor interventions such as epidurals and electronic fetal monitoring, the refusal on the part of providers to offer the informed choice of vaginal birth, as well as the providers' fears of malpractice claims and incentives to practice in a manner that they see as efficient. The biomedical paradigm has distorted childbirth, disempowered mothers, and ignored the profound emotional and psychological impact of childbirth. The doula offers a way to reconnect the circle of support and re-empower women. Not only do they provide laboring women with emotional support, but they give them a voice. Deborah Pascali-Bonaro is a certified doula with Donor International, a worldwide doula association, and she has been working as a doula and birthing rights advocate for over 25 years. Deborah speaks about her experience working as a doula and the role of the doula in childbirth.
As a doula, I really see that my obligation is, one, to educate women and their partners and families what a doula is. Because if you don't know your options, you don't have any. So we have to have the community understand the role and the value and what the data says the significance of a doula is. And then it's to make sure that doulas are available. From DONA's perspective, we hope that every woman has an opportunity to either be a doula or to have a doula. So we have to see that this path is available to all. And I truly believe that when we have doulas out there in the numbers that it will take to really provide a doula for every woman that wants one, then we'll see broader society join in and understand the value. Doulas are typically women, although we just did a workshop and had a wonderful young man with us, but they provide emotional support to moms, recognizing that the mother's emotions have a very profound effect on the hormones that she releases, which then affects the physiology of labor and birth. They provide comfort techniques, hands-on, touch, massage, helping the mom to find positions that are comfortable, that facilitate the labor to go easier and faster, and they address the mother's spiritual needs. So it's really physical, emotional, and spiritual support from a non-medical perspective, another caring person that's there continuously through labor and birth. I see myself one-on-one with women as a doula, very much as a healer, because when I bring my trust, my belief in her, and instill confidence that she can do this and she can birth on her own power in her own way and truly be transformed to find her power in birth, I believe that that's giving women an incredible gift that our typical system is not valuing, and our typical hospital birth strips women of the power to birth and to really reach their full potential. As a trainer, which is the next level, and really helping more women become doulas, and as an activist working internationally to really provide information and transform communities, I see myself as a healer in trying to return to community that ability to see women's power, women's ability, and I see us as peace workers, because when we welcome new life into the world with love, respect, with openness, that this is a sacred event and a sacred time, I think it's a new beginning for our society. Doulas are certified through DONA International, and they complete a training process of a workshop of a minimum of 16 hours. That's DONA approved. And then they have other requirements, and plus attending births and being evaluated by women, by doctors, by nurses, by midwives.
Deborah is a certified doula trainer and comes to the University of Pennsylvania twice a year to train prospective doulas. These training sessions are held by the Philadelphia Alliance for Labor Support.
Yeah. Okay. So the next little kids come in. And then she's going to hear where we are too. All right, got great advice. And
whenever you know how you feel, how are you feeling right now? You're doing so great. We're doing the
Okay, now you want your head on the floor. The hardest obstacles being a doula is typically from the medical profession themselves. The women are quite welcoming of having additional support, and I always say to women, is there a day you could have too much support? And most women agree, birth is a day you want as much as you can get. But the medical profession has been quite resistant. Even though the data is really strong that a doula shortens labor, reduces the cesarean section rate, makes all other techniques go easier and quicker and faster, it's really amazing, because we always say if we had this kind of data on a drug, everybody would feel it would be unethical to withhold the drug. And if it was a machine, every hospital would pay $100,000 and put a machine in every room. But the fact that this is human support, that's non-medical, just caring and nurturing, having such a profound effect on a medical outcome, is really challenging our medical providers to include doulas as part of the birth team.
The shift of focus on technological support as opposed to human support in labor has had many consequences on childbirth. A recent report entitled New Mothers Speak Out was published by Childbirth Connection. The report found that many mothers experience physical and emotional problems following technology-intensive births. In a survey they conducted, 9% of postpartum women fell into the category of having post-traumatic stress disorder, and 18% exhibited PTS symptoms. The current situation provides a great opportunity for doulas to ensure positive experiences in childbirth. The data in support of doulas is indeed strong. DONA International has published a position paper on the doula's contribution to modern maternity care. In it, they cited the work of Drs. Marshall Klaus and John Kennel. These two doctors conducted a study in the 1970s on maternal-infant bonding. What they found was that introducing a doula into the labor room not only improved the bond between mother and infant, but also seemed to decrease the incidence of complications. Numerous studies since have shown that doula support is indeed beneficial to labor and delivery. Dr. Atul Gawande states that we are losing our connection to yet another natural process of life, and we are seeing the waning of the art of childbirth. The transition towards medicalization has altered the experience of birth and has made abnormal what is, as Gawande puts it, an astonishing natural phenomenon.
Being at a birth is something that if you don't do it, it's so hard to articulate, because there's an energy around birth. You know, whether you call it sacred, what your belief is. Some people say it's the closest you feel to the divine, to feel new life coming into the world. In Portuguese, they say that a woman in labor is in light, meaning the divine light coming down, and a doula is a friend in light, that we share that moment of this kind of amazing light coming through. And I really do feel that I'm in this sacred energy. There's no time. You know, you forget the outside world, you forget what's going on in your own life. You don't look at a clock. And when do we live our life that's that real, that in the moment? And in that moment for not just seconds, but minutes and hours, and sometimes days if the labor takes a long time. So it allows to be so connected to somebody who I may have never met before. We call it an intimate stranger. I mean, they may be naked in my arms, and you think, how many people do that when you've never met them before? But yet it's done in a way that's so respectful. And I can just feel that I'm connected to the laboring woman, I'm connected to a new baby, a new life, who we have an opportunity to greet. I mean, how often do you get to greet and be one of the early people to say to that newborn, welcome. Welcome to the world. I wish you a great life. So there's just words that are hard to capture. I mean, I get all choked up because I just feel I'm blessed to be in this role. And as much as the women will say or the men will say that it's a gift to have a doula there, I think as a doula, it's a gift to us to be able to share in the miracle of life. And it's hard work. It's tiring. It's a lot of energy. We lose sleep, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I know that I'm bringing to them my belief that birth is normal, that women's bodies function, that we were made to birth our babies, and I know she can do it. And I think when I bring that belief that for me is so strong, and there's no doubts in my mind that women birth babies, then she can trust herself. And she's bathed in a culture of fear, a culture of doubt that women's bodies malfunction. I don't know how we got to a place that we're not trusting women's bodies. But I bring that belief to her, and I help her see that, yes, laying on your back is not the way you were meant to give birth. This is not the way your body functions. Get up. Move, listen to your body, dance your baby out. Let's laugh, let's embrace, let's really tap into the magic. And I believe that I can bring these kind of threads and help her to really find her own intuitive wisdom so she can birth. And that's what women need.
Yet the current system fails to provide women with what they need. It is a critical time for birthing rights as the American Medical Association, midwives, and patients battle over legislation regarding childbirth. Home births are the focus of this pending legislation and are at threat of being made illegal. Visit the Dona International and Childbirth Connection websites to find more literature on the topic of birth and doulas and to find out how you can become a birthing rights advocate.
I see doulas as not something new, but something very ancient. We're going back to our traditions of really reconnecting women to women at birth. And that's not to say that male partners or other female partners don't have an incredible role to play. But I'm actually visioning that as we reconnect the circle and we bring this knowledge back to women in our communities, that I hope 20 years from now, we actually don't need doula training anymore. And we don't need to have professional doulas, because I hope one day our mothers, our sisters, our friends, our neighbors will recognize the importance of supporting each other during pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. And we will have reconnected this circle so strongly that traditional women's wisdom is again known in our community.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.